Hi, I'm reminded of the story of Naaman when recently I've got a skin problem. See these flat, dusky brown spots on my skin? Well, the skin doctor told me that it's macular amyloidosis. Quite an impressive sounding name, isn't it? Well, how did I get this macular amyloidosis? Well, I've got arid dry skin, super dry skin, and dry skin tends to be itchy quite often. And when my skin is itchy, I'll scratch and over scratch till I've got this macular amyloidosis. So don't over scratch your skin. But with the skin problem, I'm reminded of Naaman. But why Naaman? Well, because he's got a skin problem too. But who was Naaman? Well, Naaman was a brave soldier, a valiant warrior, the commander of the Syrian army. He won victory after victory for Syria. And so the king of Syria respected him highly. Naaman was well regarded. But he's got a skin problem. To be precise, he had leprosy. I'll leave you to find out leprosy on your own. But let me continue with the story. Now, who's got the solution to this problem? Well, the solution came from a young girl in Israel. This young girl was captured from Israel and went on to be Naaman's wife's helper. And when she saw her master Naaman with a skin problem, she told her mistress, "If only my master would see the prophet who is in Samaria, he would cure him of his leprosy." And of course, Naaman's wife immediately told Naaman, who then went to see the king of Syria to seek permission to go to Israel. And the king of Syria said to Naaman, "By all means, go. I will write a letter to the king of Israel." And these were the words, "With this letter, I am sending my servant Naaman to you so that you may cure him of his leprosy." And with this letter, Naaman set off for Israel with 10 talents of silver, 6,000 shekels of gold, and 10 sets of clothing. On reaching Israel, he handed the letter to the king. And what was the king's response to the letter? The king of Israel tore his robes and snarled, "And my God, can I kill and bring back to life? Why does this fellow send someone to me to be cured of his leprosy? See how he's trying to pick a quarrel with me." You see, Syria and Israel were not the best of friends then. But when Prophet Elisha heard what the king of Israel said and did, he sent word to the king, "Why have you torn your robes? Have the man come to me, and he will know that there is a prophet in Israel." So Naaman was sent to Prophet Elisha. And what did Prophet Elisha tell Naaman? "Go, wash yourself 7 times in the Jordan, and your flesh will be restored, and you'll be cleansed." And what was Naaman's response to this instruction? Naaman fumed in anger. "I thought that he would surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of the Lord his God, wave his hand over the spot and cure me of my leprosy. Are not Abana and Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? Couldn't I wash in them and be cleansed?" And he was ready to leave Israel to go back home to Syria. But his servants told him, My father, if the prophet had told you to do some great thing, would you not have done it? How much more then, when he tells you, wash and be cleansed? So Naaman did exactly as instructed by Elisha, and his flesh was restored. Naaman then declared that he now knew that there was no God in all the world except in Israel. So what happened after Naaman was cured? Did he just leave Israel and go back home to Syria? Or was he so full of gratitude that he wanted to give Prophet Elisha a gift? To find out, do read the following verses in the Bible. The book of 2 Kings chapter 5. There you have the full story of Naaman. Enjoy your reading.